You're listening to CFCR 90.5 FM, and I'm here with Tyler and Josiah from The Head and the Heart. Hello, guys.
How's it going?
I'm good.
To talk to you.
Your mics are on, and they work. This is great. Everything is going swimmingly. Yeah. Thank you for joining me. Just going to check on you real quick. You came in from Winnipeg today, and how was Winnipeg? How's Canada been treating you?
Canada's been great. Winnipeg was really cold and windy, but overall it's been really good and kind of crazy to have our first tour across the entire space and have people showing up, which has been really nice. So
it's a big country. I mean,
took us a little while to get
it's
here,
all in one little band of country.
Yeah.
That's long drives in between.
So the big story with your band is, of course, always that started out as buskers. I would guess that would
open
be
micers,
you.
Buskers,
open mic.
yeah.
But what's the difference? Like, my definition of busking is like street performing.
Yeah. That one. More the open mic was like where we started off a lot. Like we went down to the market in Seattle and would play on the street from time to time, but that was more like a fun thing that we did because we didn't really do anything other than hang out and play music, and it was just a different space to do it in, and you could do it whenever you wanted. But we really kind of came together playing open mics and getting to try out songs that way.
Did you meet each other at an open mic by any chance?
We did.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
A few people.
Yeah, like out of the 6 of us, like 5 of us met at this bar with open mic.
Oh, man. Are you the odd one out, Tyler?
Yeah. I was still in Virginia when they were, in the incubator that was the open mic situation. And when I moved out, it was kind of like they had written songs and performed them at the open mic night, and then we would take them to the practice space, and that was when we started becoming a band instead of just like a collection of
songwriters.
People jamming. Because I've been to open mic nights, and there's always that thing where it's like, you guys aren't a band, but you could be a band.
It's usually terrible, actually.
Well, there's definitely like, it's super hit and miss,
Yeah.
And depending on the open mic, more miss or more hit. But yeah, no, we always like felt like we would be a band, but it was like when we came together, it was less about immediately getting a whole group together, and more we were just having fun writing songs, and like people got at it as they came and felt right, kind of thing. So we were in no real hurry. But he knew John, the other guy who writes songs in the band.
We're both from Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, and he moved out first and met them, and then they wrote a bunch of songs and sent me a few of them, and I liked them, and I moved out.
Wow. To play the drums. And then you all lived in a house together, is my
That's
understanding.
also true.
It was like 4 of us in a 2-bedroom apartment. It was like Josiah and Kenny and John and I, and it was a mess, but it was fun. It was a good time.
It was a beautiful mess.
Yeah.
I just wanted to touch on something with the open mic thing. I mean, I always have this perception. I mean, my joke about open mics is that the only people watching are the people who haven't played yet.
Totally.
That's totally true in my experience.
It's so funny. But how do you go from that, where it's a good way to work on craft, to playing for lots of people? Because you're doing that now. You're playing for lots of people. How do you develop your skills at playing for people?
Well, I mean, even at the open mic, we always said that it was like a successful open mic if you got people to stop talking. For like even 5-10 seconds while you're playing, and so there was an element of performance there in the sense that you really had a really tangible way of gauging whether or not like the song was going over well, was whether or not people shut up for even just a little bit. So there was some element of learning to perform there, but definitely I think it's all happened relatively fast in terms of how quickly we've grown compared to a lot of bands, but we have gone kind of step by step, like played to 200 people, then 3 or 4, like up to 1,000, 1,500, like there's all the steps have been hit. And so as the rooms grow, we've incrementally learned to play to the person in the back of the room.
Yeah.
You
didn't just go from
500 to 2,000 or something like that.
It'd be a little difficult.
So it was like, so that would totally be, and we've had some opening gigs where we did go from like headlining for 500 people to like opening for 4,000, and you're just like, well, the best we can do is just play, and
give it our all.
We're not the headliner, so it's not that big of a deal that we can't really do this that well. But I think like overall we've been able to like grow with the size of the rooms.
Totally. I think that's the hard thing, right? I imagine playing the opening slot at the huge thing is like, don't take it personally.
Yeah.
Don't take it personally.
I feel like we've had really good luck though. I mean, like every opening
we did open
slot,
for really good bands.
Yeah, we've opened for really great bands who have taken good care of us, and the fan bases that they have been really respectful to all the openers. That
That's
not
good.
just us, but so it's kind of been nice to you kind of get a crash course in the industry and a crash course in audience reaction, and if you can, it's kind of like taking that open mic night. If you can get people to pay attention to you for even a song or two, you've kind of won the battle already. So it's nice.
The battle for attention span.
Yeah,
that's what this is.
Which just shrinks and shrinks more and more as
True.
the internet grows.
I was gonna just instead of interviewing you, I was just gonna make a Vine video of this, and then maybe
go viral.
put that up on the internet. So we're gonna listen to a song. It's what song we're playing? Another Story. Would you be able to talk a bit about what this song is? What it kind of how it developed for the band?
So John wrote it, and lyrically, it's kind of about like dealing with and getting through and going on living when like tragic things have happened. And it was a really, I think the way that it's arranged really kind of has this, like hope that by the end of the song, like you feel, redeemed in a way. I hope is the way that it. And when we were working on it in the studio, it was kind of a beautiful moment. Like he started playing it, and no one in the band had heard it, and everyone started hearing his sounds coming through in the control room, and I was just like, oh, what's that? I've never heard that song before. And kind of filtered in, and everyone had their scotch, and it was late at night, and the night was winding down. So everyone was just kind of feeling loose and having fun with it. But we ended up like using one of the takes from that like early session as like the final arrangement of the song.
It was done in like 2 hours.
A really natural song for the band to flesh out, which was really cool too.
I do enjoy these arrangements. I do. Like, there's that last song on the album that's like so epic. I'm assuming you close with it. Do you close with that?
We've done it before. We've done it before, and I don't think it. Sometimes things don't work the way you think they're going to.
Well, it might.
I don't know what it is. It's just like it's like you. Sometimes you hope, or you have an idea in your head of how a song is going to go over live, just based on how you recorded it or how it sounds when it was recorded. And so I think I think we had that initial idea, but when we tried it out, it just didn't go over well. It's kind of like it's almost too somber of a note to end on, or something too heavy.
I think the ending of that song is a little frustrated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just lyrically, at least. Like it's like you're laying it all out there. But if you ended with that song, people go home feeling like, oh, I don't know what just happened to me. And so there are songs that I think end the night where everyone's just like, that was the best thing ever. Now I feel great. And, So
that makes sense. That makes sense.
We definitely pay attention to that a lot.
I do love ending the album with that song, though.
I think that makes sense. You want to leave people wanting another song, right? It's like, where's the
tricks of the trade? We're revealing them.
Yes, the sausage is made thusly. So we're going to hear that what we previously were speaking about. This is The Head and the Heart. They're playing at O'Brien's tonight with Basha Bulat. And who also has a really fantastic album. The album is called Let's Be Still. It's out on Sub Pop Records. And this is Another Story here on The Buzz.